YouTube, what's going on? It's Juan Gotti here. We got another Washington football team video, and in today's video, I'm coming on here to talk about some players that shined / had a breakout game versus the Cincinnati Bengals. So without further ado, let's get straight into today's video. But before we do, make sure you guys go down below, leave a like on this video, subscribe if you're new, and turn on post notifications so you get notified when I upload a video about the NFL, or in this case, our Washington football team. Also, when you guys do me a favor, follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Juan Gotti Talking Sports. The links are down below in the description. Now let's get straight into today's video. So, a couple players that shined. It was just a great game yesterday from the standpoint of seeing some new players shine that we really haven't seen play all that well, i.e. AGG. Other than that, you know, the offense was really sloppy. The first team offense, that is, was really sloppy. Ryan Fitzpatrick being the main person that was kind of sloppy. Steven Sims was also a guy. I know he's not with the first team, but he's also a guy that really struggled yesterday. But other than that, I have a couple players that shined and had a breakout game versus Cincinnati Bengals. So let's get straight into my players. Number one on the list, obviously, Jarret Patterson. He had a breakout game yesterday, and for me, it was all about can he build on what he did in New England, and can he show that last week wasn't a fluke. Like I continue to say, I've been on the Jarret Patterson bandwagon since we signed the guy. I made a video saying when we signed the guy that he might have been a steal. He might be the most underrated player on this roster. I was a big fan of Jarret Patterson and of this signing. The guy had 800 yards and 15 touchdowns in 2 games. So we know he can play, and I thank God that he went undrafted for our sake. Of course, you love to hear your name called, but for our sake as Washington fans, I'm so happy that he went undrafted because we were able to scoop him up. Jarret Patterson just looks so good. He helps you in all 3 phases of the game, or all 2 phases of the game, rather. Man, maybe he can play some defense. You know what I'm saying? The guy is phenomenal, but he helps you in 2 phases of the game, and in one of those phases, he can be a dual threat. And I'm talking about the offense. He's able to run the ball very well. He's able to catch out the backfield. Hey, you might even be able to split him out wide. They did do that a little bit yesterday. I don't think they threw it to him, though. If I was correct, they split him out wide when Taylor Heinicke was in the game, and they threw a jump ball to Cam Sims, and he caught it for a touchdown, but he didn't get his feet down. They tried to make a little review and see if he got his forearm down, but it was an incomplete pass. But he can do it all on the offensive side of the ball, and on the special teams. He got 1 kick return, and he had a very good return. I want to say it was for 30-40 yards. He hit the right sideline, and he looked really good, man, and it was amazing to see. Now, this 3rd week, I expect him to get some reps at punt return, because I know we have DeAndre Carter back there. Steven Sims also got some back there, but I think he's not going to make this roster. He pooped his opportunity away yesterday when he couldn't make that dive and catch, and he really wasn't doing anything on special teams yesterday either. Dax Milne got some snaps back there, but I feel like if they can let Jarret Patterson get some action at punt return, might not even need DeAndre Carter, because they can get that out of Jarret Patterson and much more. Here's the thing about DeAndre Carter that I was saying he can make the roster is when you're the punt returner, you have to be a good punt returner and, be somebody that's going to make plays back there, but also provide for this team in your specific position group, i.e. Jarret Patterson. He can be something in return game, and he also is producing at his specific position group. That's why I said DeAndre Carter could make this roster, because in training camp, he was performing well at wide receiver, but he was also performing well. And I'm talking, when I say performing well at special teams, I'm talking just catching the ball, man, because we know last year we couldn't catch the ball for nothing. So I just need you catching the ball. You know what I'm saying? DeAndre Carter was doing that, but since yesterday, he really didn't perform that well at wide receiver, so he might be on the outside because Jarret Patterson's performing so well. So I'm excited about JP, man. Dude had 135 all-purpose yards, man. He was doing it all, and he's a lock on this roster. I felt like he was going to make this roster last week, but he is for sure a lock to make this roster. Now, it's all about, is he going to take Jarret Peyton Barber's spot, or is he going to be the fourth running back? I was saying 4 running backs, but I'm starting to think they may keep 3, man, because Jarret Patterson, he provides a lot that Peyton Barber does. I know Peyton Barber is a short yards menace. He's a short yards for sure running back, and he's going to get you that first down. But, man, if they want to address another position and only keep 3 backs, Peyton Barber might be on the outside looking. I'm just telling you, but I couldn't see a scenario where they very well keep 4 backs. So moving on to my next player that I feel like had a great game yesterday was Tory Mctiger. He's a guy that they've been talking about all training camp long. And with Tory Mctiger, I said that I feel like he may be a guy that might not make this roster, or if he does, it's going to be on practice squad. But with William Jackson and Kendall Fuller both being out, him and Benjamin St. Juste got a lot of reps with the ones. Like I told you, he was the first cornerback off the bench. I know you can really say Benjamin St. Juste was, but I feel like Ben St. Juste is going to be a guy that is going to be thrusted into the starting role very early and often. So I do think Tory Mctiger could possibly make this roster now. He is having a great training camp. He's having a great preseason. He had a couple PBUs, and he just looks really good out there on playing the cornerback position. We brought him in to really be a special teams guy, and even if he does make this roster, he is going to be a special teams guy, and he's going to get some action at cornerback too. I really do think Tory Mctiger has a strong chance to possibly make this roster. I'm still leaning more towards him being on the practice squad, but if he doesn't be on the practice squad and we have him on the active roster and he's one of the 53, I'm not mad at that, and I'm not surprised at all because the guy has been performing well in preseason. Moving on to my next player here. Antonio Gandy Golden is another guy that had a strong game yesterday. I really was excited for Antonio Gandy Golden because if you guys don't know, this is the most popular video on my channel. I felt like we got a steal with Antonio Gandy Golden last year. Everything is there with Antonio Gandy Golden. The physical, everything is just there with his player ability. The physique, the way he's physical, it's just size. He has everything to be an NFL talent wide receiver. The thing is with Antonio Gandy Golden is he's the mental side of the game. Last year, and I don't mean to make this as an excuse or anything, but last year he was dealing with COVID just like every other rookie, so he didn't have a regular off season, so he wasn't able to get acclimated with this offense how he was. And then not to mention he was really injured last year a lot with the hamstring, and when he came back he was just lost, and that confidence gets in the way of that sometimes. When you're not making plays that you can or you feel like you should be making, confidence can bring you down. And with Antonio Gandy Golden, that's another thing that played in a factor of him. Not only was he hurt and he was dealing with a bad season last year from injury standpoint and from the circumstances everybody was in, he also just was battling himself, just like Steven Sims. He was lacking confidence last year, and you can see when a guy makes multiple catches in the game, makes big plays, the confidence start, being good for the guy, and he starts building up that confidence to where he's like, yeah, I can be that guy. I can show you why you drafted a 4th or used a 4th round pick to draft me last year, and you seen that yesterday. He made 5 good grabs, I want to say, and a 2-point conversion, and I believe the longest reception that he had was the one across the middle. He got 17 yards on that, and that's why I told you guys it was important for Kyle Allen to play, because Steven Montez, I'm pretty sure, wouldn't have made a play like that. He wouldn't have founded Antonio Gandy Golden. He wouldn't have threw a good back shoulder ball on a 2-point conversion to let Antonio Gandy Golden go up and get it. That's why you drafted a guy like Antonio Gandy Golden, to be that physical wide receiver, to be that 6'3", 6'4" wide receiver that you could just throw it up to it. He's going to go up and get it, use his size to box out the corner and make an easy catch. He literally little boyed that corner yesterday, and it was too easy for Antonio Gandy Golden. That is what you want to see out of AGG, and I told you for the longest, I felt like he was a lock to make this roster, and if he continues to perform like this, he is going to be locked to make this roster. I know a lot of you guys feel like he's on the outside looking in, but I was never a part of that crowd. Moving on to my next player, Dustin Hopkins. I don't want to say he had a phenomenal game, but he played good. He redeemed himself a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Not to mention, all the kicks he made were chip shot field goals, but they went through the uprights, and that's all we wanted to see. Of course, I wanted to see him get tested for about like a 48-yarder or a 51-yarder for that matter, or like a 42, 43-yard field goal. They were chip shots. They were like 31. I think 34 and possibly 31 again. So they were chip shot field goals, but nevertheless, it was great to see them go through the upright because we know Dustin Hopkins has the ability to be one of the best kickers in the NFL. Reason why he stuck around so long in Washington's organization. He just got to put it together and build that confidence. You know what I'm saying? I don't think a lot of you guys understand. And I was getting on Dustin Hopkins' case last week, and I had to realize, new long snappers back there. And even though the long snapper wasn't the issue, that plays a part. Long snapper, Tressway with the hold. But last week, it was no excuse. He has to hit those. The snap was good. The hold was good. He just got to hit them, man. He hit 3 of 3 field goals yesterday, although they were chip shots, and that is great to see. Let me see if I have another player. I think my last player is Benjamin St-Juste. I really do think Benjamin St-Juste is going to be a starter on this team at some point, maybe early in the season or maybe midway point, but at some point he's going to be your starting outside corner number 2. Kendall Fuller is going to go in the slot. That just makes the perfect sense, and he's continued to proving why he should be the other corner on the outside along with William Jackson. The guy had some great PBUs. Jamar Chase, he said in his presser that they ran a slant route earlier, and he played it a little bit outside, and he broke up the pass, or it was all the fingertips of Jamar Chase. And then the second time they lined up in a similar formation, and he played a little bit inside, and he was able to break up the pass. So he said it's all about being smart and retaining information like that. When you see a formation that they pretty much come out in a lot, what the play is pretty much going to be, so you're able to jump routes like that if you're Benjamin St-Juste. So it's great to see guys like Ben St-Juste make plays, because I really do think he is going to be a guy that's going to contribute a lot to this team. So yeah, man, it's me and boy Juan Gotti. Like, comment, subscribe. Hello to the Washington football team. Those are some players that I think had phenomenal games, had breakout games in case for AGG and Jarret Patterson. So let me know what you guys think about this video down below. Who do you think are some players that I didn't name that had some breakout games? So let me know down below in the comment section. It's me and boy Juan Gotti. Like, comment, subscribe. Hello to the Washington football team. I'm out. Peace. Cost me one time, that's gonna get you pop. Get you pop, get you drop, slide on the one where that get you boxed on.